Hello, everyone. My name is Lee Martin, and I'd like to welcome you today to our Steiner web seminar, whereby we'll be looking at the sensor technology for good learning conditions. What we're going to be covering off today is how to make classrooms more energy efficient and to keep tired pupils alert. Steiner, an innovation leader in the sensor technology for over 30 years. We have 5 sensor technologies within our product portfolio, and 3 of which are Steiner groundbreaking inventions. From PIR technology in 1987, the invention of microwave high frequency technology in 1999, the adoption of the ultrasonic technology in 2014. In 2016, Steiner invented the optical sensor, the sensor that is able to not only identify people based on the body shape, but also counts people within the detection zones. This is known as our HPD, human presence detection. And then in 2018, Steiner invented the true presence technology, the new technology which is able to detect the movements of breathing. We have to take a look at the development of sensor technology through time to see the evolution as to where we are today. It was in the 80s that the marketplace had its first motion detector, a sensor that was able to detect larger movements such as walking. Then, in the 90s, the market had its first presence detector. This was used mainly in office buildings to detect smaller movements such as working at a desk or classroom. And now, fast forward to 2018, where Steiner have invented a sensor that is able to accurately detect 100% if a person is present or not present. So to create the ideal conditions, we need the right product and the right sensors. The True Presence multi-sensor has 7 integrated sensors in what this can measure. We are able to detect presence within the room, the brightness, the temperature, the humidity, the CO2, the VOC, along with the air pressure. We have a wide detection, so we have a 360-degree angle of coverage with a 9-meter round of true presence detection. We also have a presence detection and walking towards and across the sensor of 15 meters around in total. The sensor can be mounted from 2 to 12 meters. Anything under 4 meters is when we get the true presence acquisition. Anything mounted above 4 meters, then it's the presence and radial tangential detection. So we need optical conditions in classrooms. We have 7 sensors that's able to provide the optimal indoor climate. And the optimal indoor climate is as follows. We need a room temperature of around 21 to 22 degrees, a humidity of around 40 to 65%. The CO2 needs to be a maximum load of 1,000 parts per million, and the brightness around 300 to 500 lux at desk value. And the VOC as little as possible, ideally under 100 parts per billion. We can have a look here at the air quality during a school day in terms of the CO2. So if it's over 1,400, we have a very low indoor air quality. 1,000 to 1,400, we have moderate indoor air quality. 800 to 1,000, we have an average. Anything under 800 is a high indoor air quality. And we can see on the image on the right, the CO2 concentration over time with natural ventilation. So understanding the VOC measurement. So odor pollution in rooms also has its share in the well-being of people. To detect these odors, the room air is burnt. The electrical conductivity of the remaining oxide is then measured electrotechnically and converted to parts per billion. Again, the same with the CO2 measurement. Increased CO2 levels are perceived as stale or stale air because the carbon dioxide makes it difficult for the lungs to absorb oxygen from the air we breathe. The CO2 sensor determines the CO2 concentration by the infrared spectroscopy, and carbon dioxide and other gases absorb infrared radiation. This absorption can then be measured on the sensor. So how does bad room climate have an effect on people? Having a bad room climate can lead to problems such as headaches, the feeling of tiredness, difficulties with concentration, feeling restlessness, and feeling uncomfortable in a room. With new senses, we have new processes, so which means there's many new applications through the multi-sensor technology. So we're able to provide the lighting as it's required, the heating and air conditioning on demand based on the climate, windows and shading to create comfort in the room, less mold by having, again, the right climate, engineered by building automation, and again, making us have a feel-good climate for not only the air we work in, but also how we feel whilst we're working. And there's a compact added value. So by choosing the right product, we have no unintentional switching off of luminaires during exams, tests, the learning day. We have the optimum control of ventilation and the air conditioning and the lighting only being provided as and when it's needed. And we have the control of an air quality traffic light within the room. With the IR Quattro HD DALI Plus, we can also control up to 64 luminaires via 3 addressable lighting channels using the Starnel app. Ideal for different lighting scenarios, as shown in the image on the right. One lighting group for one side of the classroom, the second lighting group for the other side of the classroom, and the third lighting group for blackboard lighting. We have 3 operating modes. So we have the on and off for presence control switching. We have constant lighting control or daylighting control, where the artificial light is offset with the natural light. And we also have an eco on function, which can be preset from between 10 to 70%. What this means is when you enter the room, rather than the lighting coming up to the maximum capacity, the lighting comes on at a preset value of 10 to 70. And then by manual push button operation, this can then be overridden to 100%. Have a look at the overview of the functions of the HD DALI Plus. So fully automatic, so presence control, automatic of the light switching on and off. We have semi-automatic or absence control, whereby you will manually switch the lights on and the lights will automatically switch off upon no further detection being made. We can have a preset basic or ambient light from 10 to 50%. We have light by momentary action switch, fully and semi-automatic individually adjustable for each group. We also have an additional switching relay, which could be used for a blackboard light or for controlling HVAC or de-energizing DALI electronical control gears. And as a complementary product, we have the Starnel HPD2. This is an optical sensor which can count people within the environment, and it has an overall coverage up to 100 square meters. The ideal placement is in the corner of the room, and it's the first sensor that can count people. You can have 5 to 10 different zones of detection and up to 3 non-detection zones. We have added value for universities in that the room occupancy can be analyzed and optimized using the HPD2. We have capacity utilization of lectures and seminar halls, canteen capacity to see which desks are free. We have the level of use of learning places such as the library. We have the HVAC control from the device. And we can also preset the ventilation independence control from the number of persons within the environment. With the Starnel Dialogue Days, You are able to create your own schedule and choose from one of the 20 different sessions available. From the sensory organs of modern buildings, the new interfaces and new possibilities, and the flexible problem solvers for home and garden. Thank you for your time. Now it's your turn to ask any questions you may have from today's webinar. Please feel free to ask your questions in the live chat, and we will answer these as best as we can for you. Thank you again for your time and your questions. Please do not hesitate to get in contact with us in the UK. We can help you from relux planning, in selecting which sensors to use and where. We can assist you in site visits from one of our product sales managers, or even if you're just wanting information from us in regards to our Prolog, our unique device that can calculate the energy savings that could be made by the implementation of lighting controls to the building. Thank you again for your time and attendance, and we wish you a great day.